What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Kara Corey here, and if you guys are new here, make sure you stick around by clicking that subscribe button and even hit the little post notification bell so you guys can be informed of each and every video. Now for today's video, I wanted to do something kind of fun and special and hopefully helpful for those of you who are trying to grow your social media. Now that I have hit the 100K mark, I wanted to share with you all my secrets for how you guys can hit 100K in only 6.5 years. No, I'm just kidding. But I really do have some wise words for you guys, so listen up, young grasshoppers. I'm gonna share with you the ins and outs, some of the mistakes I made, and hopefully just some quick tips you guys can learn from. For those of you that have been here a while, you know I've been on the YouTube space for a long time, so I've seen it grow, I've seen how it changes and how things adapt. So one of the first things, lesson learned on my part, is having some consistency with your channel, especially if you're someone who's looking for growth, if you're someone who's looking to grab more followers or subscribers. You need to have some type of presence on YouTube. When I first started, I was nervous, I was a little bit scared, and I didn't have a consistent schedule. I would sometimes post once a week, other times I would disappear and not post for like a month or every 2 months because I didn't understand how important it was to have that consistency. And now in such a heavily saturated market, you have to be present because most people aren't gonna wanna follow or subscribe if they're not really sure what they're gonna get from you and how frequent. People want to feel like they're getting to know you and they want to have your presence there. So one of the biggest tips I can give you guys is making sure you have some consistency. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You have to just give yourself a goal, because if you don't, you may just be like, man, I don't feel like doing it. So for myself, I set myself up with a goal to post at least 1 to 3 times a week, and I try to make sure I'm consistent with that schedule. When I'm not consistent with that schedule, the growth drops down. So set yourself up with 1 to 2 times a week that you're gonna post and be consistent with that. Next on the list is don't be afraid to be yourself. And this was something I struggled with a lot at the beginning because I was scared and nervous in front of a camera. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to be myself, hence a little more awkward than my normal awkward self. So just remember, in front of a camera or not, it's easier for people to engage with you and want to watch your channel if they feel like you are being yourself and being natural. I know sometimes on YouTube, the over extreme personalities, the wild Logan Paul style, it's very, very popular. But again, with him, it's his like natural state. I think it's obvious when people are trying to kind of fake it and be too obnoxious with their personality. So it's that fine line between being yourself but also making sure you're engaging and that you have something there that kind of lifens isn't a word though. Can it be a word? Create your own words. That's what's engaging. It's also very easy to be self-conscious when you're putting yourself out there on YouTube, watching yourself back. You can start to pick yourself apart, every little thing you say, do, how you look, and try to just be kind with yourself and be yourself. Don't pick yourself apart too much, because I have found from personal experience, the more I overthink things, the less good my videos are, the less engaging they are. It takes away from it if you get in your head too much. So just try not to get in your head and be yourself. The next tip I have for you with growth and learning from mistakes are, when you're putting yourself out there on social media, people are gonna make comments. That's what you have the comments for under your videos. And I highly encourage you guys to engage with your community and create a community. That's one thing I feel is very organic here in Kara Corey Fit Life. I feel like I know you guys the way you feel like you know me. So when I meet you at expos and things like that and you come up to me, I recognize you. I mean, not everyone, I'm not not that good. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But I do try to take the time to talk with you and communicate you in the comments. And if I'm not, I'm still there reading each and every comment that comes through on almost every video. So I think it's really important to do that. If people see that you're willing to engage with them, it makes them want to stick around, because they're investing in you, and it shows that you're investing back in them and that you care. So that'll go a long way on social media. And the other thing to mention with that too is don't be afraid to take constructive criticism. The comment section can be a brutal place for some people. It really depends. Each and every person gets some level of hate, I guess. I don't feel like I get a ton of that, but you're gonna get people that don't agree with what you say, or they may have something they don't like about you, and they have freedom of speech. They feel like putting it in the comments below. I have learned to just not necessarily respond to negativity. If it's a negative comment that I feel like isn't going to go anywhere, I usually just don't respond to it. I've learned my lesson there. But people may give you constructive criticism, like, you know, Kara, when you did this video, it would have been helpful if you would have discussed this more, or whatever the criticism may be, and take it like that. Be able to take constructive criticism, because there's really a lot that we've learned from your comments to better the channel. So you have to not have a huge ego when you're in the YouTube space. You need to be able to take whatever comments are gonna come your way and not let them ruin you or make you not want to post videos or let them change what you're doing. Just use it as good constructive criticism when it's presented and just build upon it. As you guys know, when I started this channel, and what this channel continues to be mostly about, is fitness and nutrition. So a common tip is to find what you're passionate about. If you're wanting to start a YouTube channel, think about what inspires you and what you're wanting to put out there in the world. Now on YouTube, it is really saturated, and it's hard to be original nowadays. YouTube is ever changing, and what's popular right now was not necessarily popular 6 years ago, and may not be popular 6 years from now. So you kind of want to be aware of what's popular, and it's okay that you capitalize on that, because like I said, it's hard to be original. There's plenty of other people that have fitness channels, that do recipes, that do nutrition talks. So what makes you stand out? It's not to say you can't do what everyone else is doing, but if you're gonna do that, make sure you have your own unique twist to it. Make sure you somehow bring something different to the table that's gonna make me wanna watch you versus watching myself. And know that it's okay to do something that's not popular right now. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing. Do something different, because you could be the first one of your kind doing that, and people will radiate towards you because they're sick of all this stuff and you're doing something different. So be aware of what's out there, but don't let it dictate what you have to do on your channel. I've stuck with nutrition and fitness because it's what I love to do and it helps people, but I also started dabbling in the fashion hauls because, let's be real, your girl was shopping anyways, and I said, hey, I personally get some kind of weird jollies from watching other people open up their clothes and trying them on and seeing all the different looks. I'm a girl, that interests me, and I have fun watching it, and that's what I like to see. Why not try it here on my space? And that's what I did, and I've gotten a really good response from those fashion hauls. Who would have known? On a nutrition and fitness channel, fashion hauls are becoming increasingly popular right now, but I never knew that they would do so well on my channel. So it was a little bit of a risk, but at the same time, I did it because I wanted to try something new and have fun, and I did get good results with it. So don't be afraid to go outside of your box if you have created yourself a certain type of focus on your channel. That is good, but it's okay to try different things and see what people like and see what you like as a creator, because it's important to stay inspired and feeling creative, especially if you've been doing it 6.5 years. You want to switch things up and make it fun. Big lesson or mistake, I should say, I learned the hard way was not listening to my husband early on with this channel. He knew way more about YouTube than I did. You should be out there engaging with other channels, and I wasn't at the time. But my husband said to me, I shit you not, probably like year 1 or 2 into starting this YouTube, and he said to me, you know, you should film like a day in the life. At the time, I just did quick little videos, mostly recipes. I had some of my bikini prep up there, but I never did like a true day in the life. Like, you didn't really get to know me that first year on YouTube. And I was like, a day in the life with me? No one's gonna want to see that. Like, no one would watch that on YouTube. That sounds stupid. Yeah, I never did that. And then lo and behold, you know, a bunch of other female fitness YouTubers kind of started that up, and they really exploded on YouTube because no one else was doing it in the female fitness category. So that was definitely a lost opportunity that my husband had identified, because he was seeing kind of the trend on YouTube and what was new and up and coming. And I chose to not listen to him and regret that a little, just a little. But lesson learned there, be open to others' creative feedback for you. It never hurts to get someone's outside eyes or opinion. I love getting ideas from other people that follow the channel. When they say like, you should do something like this that's totally different, because sometimes when you're so like involved in something, when you're like in it, you kind of lose sight of the creativity. It can be so easy to lose that creativeness and really think about what other people would want to see from you. So I always really appreciate feedback and creative ideas. And even just a second ago, Jason gave me another one, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm seeing it, but now I kind of feel like I need to do whatever he tells me, because he's always been right. He always has been. So lesson learned there. Another tip for your YouTube channel is to make it entertaining if you can. I talked about being yourself, and that's really important. I'm not ever trying to be anyone but myself on this channel, but you also want to try to have some kind of entertainment value so that people are not getting bored. You know, if there's a way that you can put a funny spin on things, or make a joke, or just make it a bit more relatable or funny and engaging, then that's really what's going to keep drawing people to you. You know, I think about the channels that I watch, and the reason why I watch them is because they provide me with some kind of level of entertainment where I know they're always going to make me laugh. There's always going to be some type of cool editing there that really grabs my eye, or they're fun and lighthearted and fast-paced. Those are the ones that I know I'm drawn to. So if anything you do for your channel, you can just bump it up to make it a bit more engaging, funny, entertaining for your viewers, then more people are going to want to watch it, and more people are going to want to share it with other people, which makes it a more shareable video, which then can lend itself to going viral potentially. Last thing I want to mention that I think is really important, and I think most people maybe know this now, but I did not 6.5 years ago, but the quality of your videos can make a difference in terms of lighting, and more than lighting, in terms of sound. And that's something that I think did make our channel stand out from the beginning. When you look back 6.5 years ago, the people that were doing cooking videos didn't necessarily have the best lighting, the best sound, and I know a lot of people wanted to come to my channel to watch it because they're like, oh, pretty girl, nice video, good recipes, why not? But as things evolve, each and every YouTuber is just upping the ante. You know, Jason and I were like one of a kind 6 years ago with the camera equipment that he has, because he's always been involved in video editing. So he's always had the more professional equipment. But back in that day, no one did. So people were always amazed. I remember the first Arnold we went to, people were asking, oh my God, all the time, what camera it was. I'm like, I don't know, I don't film the shit. Like, I didn't pay attention to that side of things. I'm like, it's the cameraman's job. I have no clue the other side of it. I'm just the talent. But everyone wanted to know what we were filming the videos with and how we made it look so good. Now I think everyone is aware you need to have good quality, but more than that is the sound. I don't know how many times I've wanted to watch a video, but because the sound quality was so bad, or there was like noise in the background, and I'm sorry, but if your dog is chewing a freaking squeaky toy, no one enjoys that. No one thinks it's cute. I can tolerate about 8 seconds of it, and that's 8 seconds too much. No one wants that background noise. It's so distracting, and it takes away from what you're talking about. It takes away from that engagement component. So just be mindful of that. If you're someone starting out, invest in a good mic and some good sound equipment, or make sure you're filming your videos in an atmosphere that's conducive to you to remain engaging to your viewers. Hopefully I'm not being a hypocrite right now, because we are trying out new areas in the house to film videos just for different things. So I'm hoping it isn't too echoey in here. You guys can let us know below, because I'm okay with constructive criticism. I guess to close it out, I just want to say my biggest thing I've learned from this channel, and it took me a long time, was number one, being myself on this channel. It took me a while before you really a fly went in my lipstick. I really think it took about 2 years before I started really being myself on this channel, and I got a little bit of shit for it, because people were like, who's this girl who's swearing all the time now? And then other people were like, ooh, I like this side of Kara. We haven't seen her personality yet. I was afraid to be myself, and sometimes I was afraid to really kind of push the buck and just be bold and be out there and be opinionated. And some of that came with being a professional and being a dietitian, and just being so mindful of like, well, I don't want to offend this group. I don't want to offend the vegans or the gluten-frees or the diabetics, and just always worrying so much about if I didn't say every little right thing to capture every audience member of this channel, then I was doing a disservice. And that just didn't make for great videos, and it just stressed me out. So I have learned to I do the best I can. I share the information, and then I don't worry about the rest. I don't stress it. I am who I am. I try to share that with you guys. I make my opinions known, and I'm not scared to do so anymore. I never try to offend anyone intentionally, but I try to just be myself. So I just think that's the best thing you guys can do, is don't be afraid to go outside of the box, be yourself, be bold, be funny, be a dork like me, who cares, and just have fun with it. So I hope you guys got some good tips from this video for those of you starting out your YouTube, or who are doing it, or the social media in general right now. A lot of the same rules apply. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Be sure to hit the like button if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.